I don't like making these videos because it's like beating a dead horse, really. But sometimes I have to make these videos where you're beating a dead horse because apparently people out there are so delusional. They think that they're going to cancel a multi-trillion dollar game. You're going to cancel a well-established franchise, multi-trillion dollar franchise. Why don't you go ahead and make a multi-trillion dollar franchise? What's that? Huh? You're sitting in your mama's basement. You can't make nothing. You can't even get out of your mama's basement. All right, so do me a favor. All right? You're going to make a multi-trillion dollar franchise. Why don't you go ahead and make a multi-trillion dollar franchise? I already talked about these YouTube influencers who are just riding on whatever it's the next trend. Whatever's trending, they're riding on that cocktail where it's making them money. These guys don't care, man. They don't care about anything other than just their pockets and their wallets and their bank accounts, all right? I already talked about them. I already made a video about them. I don't want to focus too much on them. That's already well established. I'm talking about these... Man, I'm trying to be very careful what kind of words I'm using, but these delusional individuals, which happens to be this generation, sadly happens to be Gen Z. Thank God that it's not my generation. My generation, we dress like this. We're from the 80s and the 90s, all right? But anyway, I'm not here to measure which generation's better. I know my generation was better in every which way you look at it. I don't even have to think about it. Those are just the facts. It's not even out for the argument. It's not even out for the debate. It's just a fact. But anyway, this generation, well, just stick with me. Just stay with me. This generation, it's so delusional that they believe that they can cancel something. You can't How was that canceling working for you? Did you cancel me? No. Did you cancel anything else in the past 10 years, 12 years? No. The canceling movement has died long time ago. All right. But according to these Gen Z delusional individuals, they think they can still make a difference. All right. So let's get back to what I was saying earlier. I don't care about the numbers. I could use some very colorful language, but I'm trying to keep myself together because I don't want to cuss too much because I want this video to be monetized and monetized for friendly, sponsorship and friendly for monetizations. Okay? So I can appease to some sponsors out there. But believe me, if I could be like uncensored, there's some very colorful language I could use to describe some of these delusional individuals. But here, let me explain something to you. These delusional individuals, they believe just because the numbers are going down. The game just got released a few days ago. Okay, so the numbers went down. The numbers fluctuate. The same thing happened with Battlefield 2042. The numbers went down, then they patched the game up, they added more maps, they added more features, and the numbers went back up. Okay? Everybody's so stuck on a campaign as if that's the only thing that's available on Call of Duty is just a campaign. Nobody really gives you-know-what about the campaign. Just like nobody really gives you-know-what about the campaign on Battlefield 6. What's the first thing people did once the Battlefield 6 was released? Was the multiplayer. They were playing multiplayer, okay? They didn't care about the campaign. I was like the only guy that was playing the campaign. Same thing with the Black Ops 7. The only difference with Black Ops 7 is they have a co-op. Okay? So you can join other people, or they can join you, or random people can join you, or vice versa, to play co-op. And there's some cool features in the co-op that I discovered, which is the ability to choose from a third person to a first person. And I enjoy the third person functionality. I'm enjoying. I like the fact that it's like Sharknado. I love the fact that the story is goofy. It's no different than Michael Bay movie. Is Michael Bay Transformers any goofier than this? It's even more ridiculous. You got a Victoria's Secret models running on her high heels and a tight skirt while there's an explosion going around her and she's running with her high heels. How ridiculous is that? But you watch it, right? So some of these criticisms of campaign, it's just ridiculous. And I know why people are doing this. They're hoping to profit money on their YouTube channels, and everybody's joining the same thing. I'm not going to name names. You don't know who they are. The usual suspects on the YouTube, all right? You know who they are. So they're all just like jumping in on this, trying to profit money. I already talked about this. Go watch that video. But I'm talking about these other delusionals from this generation. Delusionals who are so delusional, they look at the numbers. I don't care about the numbers, dude. I don't care about the reviews. I don't care about the Metacritic. If I'm having fun, I'm having fun. But according to you guys, I want to see the game get canceled, because if I don't like it, nobody should like it. Well, where's the logic in that? No. Let's look at your delusional logic. If I don't like it, therefore nobody should like it. It should be canceled. Let me tell you something. Let me give you a breaking news. Yes, right now the numbers are dropping down a little bit on Steam. Sure, they're dropping down, but it's not going to stay like that. Same thing happened with this game. What happened with this game when it came out? What happened 5 years ago? 6 years ago? The numbers went down. People refunding the game. What happened a few years later? Came back up. What happened with Battlefield 2042? What happened with Battlefield 2042, huh? Do I need to take you down a memory lane? Maybe I have to take you down a memory lane. What happened with Battlefield 2042? Huh? Huh? That's right. Let me refresh your brain, because your brain needs some refreshing. It didn't do so well in the beginning. Yeah, your favorite EA DICE game, Battlefield 2042. But guess what? After a few years, after 3 years, it got better. And people started enjoying it more and more. People are still playing it. Hello. People have been playing it for 6 years. Even though the numbers went down. Even though the numbers weren't up there. They went down. People were still playing it. Why that is? Because it's a franchise. It's a franchise. What it's Call of Duty, it's a franchise. It's a huge franchise. Otherwise, Microsoft would not spend billions of dollars on it if it wasn't such a huge franchise. Yes, they're having a hiccup with the, hiccups. They're having a little bit of a hiccups with this one. People didn't seem to like it, but that doesn't mean that the game's not going to be doing well a year from now, 2 years from now. It's going to continue. Okay? Just like Battlefield 2042 continued. Just like Cyberpunk continued. They're going to update new seasons. They're going to bring new maps. They're going to bring new features. They're going to bring the new Warzone. They're going to bring new Zombies mode. They're going to bring a bunch of different things. They're going to add more stuff. And then people are going to come back. They're going to get tired of Arc Raiders. They're going to get tired of Battlefield 6. Waving, flagging for a medic. Medic! Medic! That's all you do in that stupid game. Just flagging for a medic. They're going to get tired of that shit. And guess what? They're going to come back to Call of Duty. So if you delusionals out there from this generation, and it has to be Gen Z. It's the Gen Z. It's not people my age. It's people who are Gen Z, who are so delusional. They believe that somehow they're going to cancel this game. You ain't canceling shit. Yes, I'm using the word shit. You're not canceling shit. The only thing you're canceling is your little delusional brain that's brainwashed. And God knows what's in there. I don't think there's anything in that brain. I think it's shallow. There's nothing there. Not even a peanut. Not even a peanut size of a brain. Because you're so delusional, you think just because the game is not doing well so far, you think that the game's going to cancel. This franchise is going to cancel. It ain't going to cancel nothing. Did you cancel Xbox? No, it's still $30 a month and they're still doing great. They're running the business. Did you cancel anything? No. What have you canceled? Nothing. Exactly. So this delusional notion that these delusionals of this generation have. They think that they're going to cancel the Call of Duty. Why don't you remind me a year from now? Did you cancel Call of Duty Black Ops 7? And why don't you remind me when I see you playing it next year? Yeah, with the different seasons. Yeah. You're going to see Tim the Tat. You're going to see Dr. Disrespect. You're going to see Shrouds. You're going to see Nate Shot. You're going to see Tim the Tat. You're going to see everybody. Ninja. Everyone's going to be playing Call of Duty Black Ops 7 with different seasons next year. Did you cancel it? Who gives you know what about the campaign, dude? Nobody cares about the story. I never gave you know what about the story or the campaign. The campaign was just an extra bonus. But you guys are so stuck like a fly on a shit. Like a fly on a shit, you guys are so stuck about this damn campaign. It's so delusional. And it's laughable that you guys think that you're going to cancel a multi-trillion-dollar franchise. Don't make me laugh. Don't turn me into Steven Seagal to tell you, don't make me laugh. Can I laugh in your face? You know, because seriously, can I laugh in your face? Can I laugh in your face? Can I laugh in your face with your stupid delusional notion that somehow you're going to cancel this multi-trillion-dollar franchise? All right, dude, that's it. I have nothing else to say. That's it. 12 minutes is all you're going to get from me. 12 minutes, all right? I have nothing else to say to this delusional generation of delusional notion they think they're going to cancel. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Let me know how it works out for you next year and the year after and the year after that. Please, let me know how it goes. Maybe I'll be there to remind you, to whisper in your ear, to tell you you haven't canceled shit. I don't care about Call of Duty. I'm not sponsored by Call of Duty. But I use this thing called common sense. And when I see all these delusional posts out there, people posting all this delusional nonsense that they're going to cancel a multi-trillion-dollar franchise. Please, just get out of here. Just get out of here. Please, leave me alone. Leave me alone and get out of here. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You ain't canceling shit. Call of Duty is here, and it's here to stay, and that's that. You'll have to accept that fact. Now, you don't have to like it. Don't play it. But don't go around trying to tell everybody, oh, Call of Duty is dead. We're canceling Call of Duty. You ain't canceling shit. All right? You certainly sure as hell, you ain't going to cancel a multi-trillion-dollar franchise. Okay? That's all I have to say about that. Ridiculous. We got to cancel. Yo, this generation, it's so delusional, man. Oh, my God, man. Why am I even on a YouTube, man, with these delusionals of this got to be, I'm going to say one more thing before I go. This has to be, hands down, the worst generation in the history of humankind. In the history of humankind. All right, that's it. That's all I have to say.